Hi guys, Ready Set RC, and today we have the Team Associated Rival MT10. This is a 1/10 scale, ready to run, four-wheel drive, electric monster truck. It's brushless powered, comes with LEDs in the front bumper and also in the rear bumper. Dimensions on this 1/10 scale truck is 507 millimeters or 20 inches in length. Width is 325 millimeters or 12.8 inches. Wheelbase is 285 millimeters or 11.2 inches. Batteries required for this are 4 AA's for the controller and 2S or 3S LiPo for the RC. This truck has a high torque digital servo with a spring style servo saver. The motor that's powering this is a 3300 kV brushless motor. All electronics on this are water resistant. The connector coming off the ESC is a T-plug or Dean's connector. There are 3 sealed differentials that are on this. This truck runs on 12 millimeter hexes all around with a method style wheel on it. The shocks on here are plastic bodied with a plastic cap, but do have a threaded body on the shocks. Drive shafts on the front and rear are sliding drive shafts, but they are plastic. Center drive shaft is metal. Adjustable wheelie bar on the rear. But that's it, guys. Let's get this RC out of the box and let's see what it's all about. So here we are, guys. The Rival MT10 out of the box. This truck looks amazing. I will definitely say it is a lot smaller in person than when you see this on any video, including mine. Just to go over the boring stuff very quick, a owner's manual on here. We also get an owner's manual for the controller, and you get a set of Allen keys along with that. XP120 controller, typical in most of the RTRs from Team Associated. Feels good in the hand. Fairly simple, no sticking out antenna. All controls there, from what you can see, they are manual. There is no digital display on this one. It's just knobs that you do to adjust your trims. The Rival MT10. Just to put it out there, I know a lot of people have said that this is similar to the Helion Avenge, and based on pictures and everything that I've seen on this, I will have to agree with that as well. So that's just something I wanted to get out of the way really quick so we can really get into the overview of this RC. Going from the outside to the in, I was checking out these tires. Very grippy, but I will say there is a foam in there, but they are extremely soft. I will definitely say I want to see how these perform before making any judgment past them, but they are extremely soft, and I can definitely say we'll have to see if there's going to be any considerable amount of ballooning. The body is a painted up graphic that's on here with some stickers. They tried to keep the color scheme similar to the 8 scale Rival that they used to have, but for the most part, it's a pretty good looking truck. From the back here, we can see the wheelie bar, and the wheelie bar has multiple adjustments. A little something different to see on a basher style monster truck is a toe shackles up here in the front with the LEDs. Bumper is fairly flexible, and we do have guards for arms and shocks down here. I definitely do like that touch. As for the rear, no bumper in the rear, only the wheelie bar that we spoke about. The nice touch with the shroud to cover the inners on here. Nice touch, I really do enjoy that. I believe that is also something that was on the Helion Avenge as well. We have a nice high torque servo on this. For the ESC, we have an SC600BL Reedy ESC in here with a Dean's connector, as I said before. For the motor, we have a 3300 kV Reedy motor, and that is mounted up to a metal motor mount. For the battery compartment, we have Velcro straps. I have noticed it will fit a standard size hard case battery. If you have some of those longer style soft case batteries, it will be a challenge to get that in here. But for the hard case batteries, 2S and 3S, it will fit with no issues. For the front, we have adjustments for camber and toe and some additional adjustments for the shocks. On the rear, we have adjustments also for the shocks, and there's only camber in the rear. For the chassis, we have a composite chassis, and it does appear to be high center of gravity. Typical monster style chassis built on this truck. The servo arm is also plastic on this. We'll have to see how the arms are, but they feel like a typical 1/10 scale size arms on here. Nothing beefy, but for the most part, it feels like a solid made truck, guys. It does feel it feels well built. We'll have to see how it performs. Shock towers are also plastic on this. Yeah, nice reflex when it comes to the bounce of the shocks. But it feels good, guys. It really does feel good in the hands. And we'll have to see how it performs. 32 pitch gears throughout. You have a 12-tooth pinion with a 54-tooth spur gear. Spur gear is plastic in here. Metal gears in all of the differentials. So that you guys are aware, we are changing the way we are doing these unboxing / overviews. You may have seen where a lot of my unboxings, they have happened in a quicker span of time. And that's kind of the format we're looking to do going forward with a lot of these unboxings. So what we're gonna do in this new format is we're gonna take this out and we're gonna show you guys what it looks like ripping around. Just want to see what it feels like first. It's the first time out. I want to give it its fair shot. Whew. I'm not driving it on full throttle, just so you guys are aware. Just want to see what those tires are going to feel like, because they're very soft compound. Wow, wheeling is easy on this thing. And as you guys know, this area that I like to drive here, it's a very loose surface, so it's very hard to get traction on there. But this is doing pretty good. Oh, don't topple. So running this on 3S, and I'm not running at full throttle, guys, just so that you're aware, except for when you see that happen. I really want to just get a feel of it. Oh! So just some quick notes on this after doing the first run. The power system on this is plenty. So I ran this on 3S solely. It is plenty for this truck. I want to try this on 2S next to see how it performs, but I noticed that driving around, this thing wants to wheelie even if you don't try. So those of you that are familiar with the Outcast 4S and you thought that wheelied too much, this will wheelie way more on 3S. Way more. It's uncharacteristic how many times or how much this wheelies. Right now, just so that you guys are aware, there's about a stock, just so that you guys are aware, stock, this comes with 100K CST in the center, 60K CST in the front, and 3K CST in the rear. May want to thicken that up a little bit, just to get this a little bit more tamed. But what I noticed out of the box, this thing just wheelies all day. That's all it wants to do is wheelie. These tires hooked up very well, and I took them to a surface, and you guys saw in the video, I took them to a surface that does not get much traction. These tires hooked up very well. Now, once you take these on tarmac or pavement, this may change. You may just be erratic with this. I don't think it's going to hook up very well on high traction surfaces, but on loose surface, this thing hooked up excellent. There was no issues. Turning on it, I will say, stuck out of the box, initially it was turning very well. When I started to take it to the grassier areas on there, the wheels just didn't move. I've since then increased the servo saver that's on this just to give me a little bit better movement on it from a standstill position, and did some tests inside my house on carpet, and it works fine. I have no issues with it at this point. Now we'll have to see when I take it out on the dirt and back to the bash spot and see how it performs. But initially, that's what I noticed, that the servo saver needs some tightening down to improve it. The servo itself is very fast, guys. I mean, it's a very good servo. I have no problems with the servo. I think the servo saver is where it's inefficient on this. The other thing that I noticed on this is that it hops a lot. There's a lot of hopping on it, and you'll notice it from the video when it's about to approach the ramp. It initially does like it's going off a springboard. It bounces before it hits the ramp, and I'm not increasing the speed until I get to that point. So this truck does have a tendency to do a lot of hopping, and I'm going to play around with the shock oil on here. Right now it comes with 40 weight shock oil in the front and in the rear. I'm going to stiffen it up maybe to 60, see how it performs, but that's the next thing, is tuning out the shock oil on this and see what happens. I did have one brake. That one brake was on the support arm in the rear. I'm not exactly sure, but it was a cold day. My driving was downright horrible, so I won't say that it was on the truck, but I did say initially that these arms are a little thin. Before you take it out, spray the arms up with some WD-40. Probably best on this one for a fact. When it broke and I inspected the part afterwards, it is very firm and brittle, and that is not going to work regardless of what your temps are. So I would definitely soak those arms in WD-40 before you take it out for a bash, and I'll be doing that prior to taking this out for the next run. Outside of that, truck performed pretty well, guys. I didn't have any other issues. The other thing that I want to try is getting a proper size battery in there. Now, I'll show you some of the batteries that I have, and as I said, the hard case 2S battery fits well. A soft case 3S battery fits well. Where I had problem is that I had the original connectors on here, which were Deans, and I only have like maybe 1 or 2 sets of Deans, especially for 3S, left in my collection of batteries, and I tried what I had without making the connection change on this truck. It is a longer pack. It's a Genesis pack, but it's a longer pack, and you'll see that here. But I will say that that may have tipped the weight more to the rear than I needed to because of that battery pack. So the next run, we're going to try this on 2S. We're going to try it with a standard hard case battery, and we're going to see how it performs. But a couple of those things, I want to see how it works before making any claims on this truck. But I will say you will see a final thoughts video on this vehicle after we do after we put a couple packs in and see how this operates. And now, guys, I just want to show you a quick size comparison to the Arrma Big Rock Crew Cab, which is a 3S monster truck. As we can see here, it is slightly longer than the Team Associated Rival. Width-wise, they are fairly close, but I will have to say that my Big Rock Crew Cab is heavily modded in regards to the width. So the stock configurations of the Big Rock Crew Cab is probably a little more narrow than the Team Associated Rival. And just for you guys who are not familiar with my channel, my Big Rock Crew Cab is heavily modded when it comes to the suspension for this truck. So it is not in the stock configurations. So when you see the truck here, definitely the width is altered, and the tires that you see on this truck are also altered on this to give a little bit more wider stability for the Big Rock crew cab. Now just showing you another quick comparisons with the Arrma Outcast 4S. This I would not compare in regards to performance, but I will say if you look at the two trucks, the Outcast 4S is a significantly bigger truck than the Rival MT10. The length is definitely longer on the Outcast 4S, not by much, but it is a longer truck, and the width is considerable compared to the Rival MT10. I would definitely put the Outcast 4S in more of a stunt truck configuration, which is why you see that it is a significantly wider truck, and it has a more box configuration when you look at the wheelbase and the width of the vehicle. I would put the Rival MT10 more in the Arrma 3S class than I would in the 4S class at this point. But I just wanted to give you guys more of a size comparisons to the Rival MT10. But that's it, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us on Instagram for our latest posts to the channel. This is Ready Set RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.